Hello all, this is Zimnala. We're coming back to you with more adventures in the land of Thornwood. We are continuing our adventure in Shining in the Darkness, Darkness Edition. A somewhat newer mod hack that I did a game showcase on, and yeah, we're going to be picking up where we left off. We just got our new party members. They're totally level 1, which is going to be great for them. We're going to be taking our time, we're going to be documenting what people can and can't use, and seeing what stats they have. So, what is interesting is that we can't actually equip the knife. We could take it off. Nobody can actually equip the bronze knife, which I think is very, very interesting. So even though it says it's on us, I'm very interested to see like if we have an attack value. So 13. So the initial knife actually doesn't have an attack value. We can't actually equip it, even though it says it's equipped. Very, very interesting. There must have been a problem with the setup. So taking that off actually... Didn't a value change when I just did that? Well, anyways, we can't use that weapon regardless, so let's go in and see what people can and can't wear. So who can use this? I see a pirate can use it. So pirate can't use this. Well, Milo can use it. So I'm gonna write that down, because I'm gonna keep track of who can and can't use items as best as I can. So can Pyra use the short sword? Oh cool, this is very expensive. I hope it has better stats. That would be cool. I don't actually know if it does or doesn't, but we will find out as we go. So you can wear this, which is good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this to Milo. I'm going to see if he can also equip it. I'm not going to have him equip it, but I'm going to see if he could equip it. So yeah, he could also wear that. Okay. I know I'd already done this test for the other characters, but I mean, I'm gonna be thorough. I'm gonna see if Pyra can wear it. Pyra cannot use the woven. Milo can wear it. Okay. Now let's go to Shield. Let's see if Pyra can use this. Pyra cannot use it. Basically, I'm not assuming that people can use the same items that they could, because so far that's already not been the case. So Milo also cannot use this. Okay. So let us see if... Well... What? Oh cool, let's play it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually pass the shield we have around. First to Pyra, I'm going to see if she can wear it. I don't need to buy a second one if she can wear it. Okay. So she cannot wear it. I kinda didn't think so, she normally cannot. Cool, cool. I'm gonna give that to Milo. And I'm gonna give this tiara to Milo. Let's see if Milo can wear it. We're gonna go through. Yep, he can wear the leather shield. So that gives him the option of doing that. He can't wear the royal tiara. Like I said, normally everyone can wear the royal tiara. Let's see if Pyra can use it. She can! That is 30 defense. That's much more than normal. Well, that has her set on that. I'm gonna just, for fun, see what it sells for. So $67.50. So it looks like 9,000. Let's see. Well, it's a little unfortunate that it's not over 9,000, but I mean, it is what it is. If we needed gold, that would be a way to do it. We're just gonna hold on to it because that is a good bit of defense for her. So yeah, we're gonna roll with that for now. So on that note, we don't have a shield anymore. So we're gonna actually go through and equip ourselves too. Another thing that we're missing is we don't have a hat for people. Other than Pyra. So Milo can wear the weakest hats. Shield. The next one is 900. So, but that's okay. We're gonna get another shield for the main character. Yep, so Milo can wear this. It gives 6. I'm going to guess that Pyra can also wear it. But I'm going to give it to her just to find out. Might as well be thorough. Sorry if this part's not interesting. It's interesting to me. Yep, she can wear it. That's all I cared for. So yeah, we're gonna go in there. We're gonna get some. Oh, wow, I meant to go in, but we're gonna get some levels. This should come really fast because of the fact that the EXP has been so boosted. Our defense is also pretty high, so that is another factor that'll make this easier. If I gain a couple levels on them, I feel like I can just go much deeper and it'll be a self-solving problem. I doubt the way stat spells work has been changed. I saw no evidence of that having been happened in my run-through on Battle Edition, so I kind of feel like they might be not something that could be edited as easily, if I were to guess. Oh, well, that's a lot of them. They're not especially dangerous, though, but that is a lot of them. There we go, they're already 3 levels up. I'm gonna heal them up, open the door, and fight an encounter beyond it just to see what happens. I don't think it should get anyone killed, but it is always possible. Let's see which of our friends comes out soon. So these aren't new enemies, so that is something. Well, they're not new to what we've seen so far, so. They're basically what seems like reskinned variants of original monsters. They do have some different abilities though, so that is also true. But they should gain levels pretty quickly here. I'm gonna be a little cautious because I don't know how difficult the crabs are going to be. Because there is a chance of crab encounters anytime you face a left turn, so. I'm going to imagine that they've been beefed up. Now, I don't imagine that either Pyra or Milo will be able to directly injure them with their stats so far. We are going to get them better weapons next, because, like, defense can be fake until you make it, but attack is king. So scavengers are basically recolored as well. Their name is not changed. Normally they have access to basic fire attacks. Let us see what they give for XP. They're not significantly harder than enemies we fought. They cast level 2 Blaze. Okay. That's actually pretty harsh, but I mean that's on par with what they can do in Battle Edition almost. So let's write that down. What do we get for EXP? They drop herbs, 60 and 50, so that is 30 and 25. Okay, so that's not a significant progression in the EXP that enemies give, but it's fine. It's probably better that it not be too out of control. Because like I said, we're going to quickly max out what we can even buy, so. We also have 1,000,000 herbs. We did also learn that these guys drop herbs. Because they dropped herbs. So far, the only items that we've gotten from enemies in general are herbs. Which is somewhat of an improvement from them dropping things like D-poisons and things like that. Mad Gnomes are re-skinned as well. They have the same name. Okay, let's see what we can gather from them. I'm gonna focus on the dark jellies because they cast spells. I don't know what the gnomes do, but we will find out. They hit pretty hard. The other one ran. We didn't actually manage to kill one, so we didn't find out what they do for EXP and gold, so that's fine. So we got into poison from the killer bees. So we did find another item. That's fine. So we are finding items more regularly. Maybe they did get tweaked and I just got unlucky. So they casted Blaze level 2 again. Well, that's a pretty big group. I will focus on the bats because they can poison us. And that would be more inconvenient. They are quickly catching up to us. Thing is, if I don't do this initial part where they gain some levels, they're not going to be able to survive inside of the place at all. Also, I'm not really at the point where I can afford a really good weapon for them. So let's heal them up a little. That's 26. This is another chance to see what they do. Or not. 8178, and we killed one of them. So minus what the other guys gave us. They have 31 EXP, and they drop 30 gold. So it's a very moderate progression, honestly. That's fine. It's probably for the best. This is a pretty big group. Scavengers are absolutely the bigger threat. Let's focus them out. As far as I know, I don't actually know what the gnomes can do. I'm gonna guess it's similar to what they normally could do, which would be howl for help. Maybe critical hit? That's what I would expect. They haven't critical so far yet, though. Yep, we're gonna use up our heals. And we'll be returning as soon as we, like, run low on HP one more time. That should be enough for us to start, equipping ourselves a little better again. I think we can at least, go up a notch on equipment for a couple characters. So yeah, the scavengers are the bigger threat. They cast the area magic. Yep, we already knew they could cast slow. So that's not news. At least they're finally starting to be able to do a little bit of damage. Yeah, we'll mosey our way back. Let's go get ourselves healed up. See what we can get. I mean, if the main balancing change so far is that the enemies at the beginning can drop more gold and EXP so you level up initially a little better, I think that's a good balance change because the beginning of the game is usually the most difficult for new players. I'll say that. So making it a little easier to level up and get into it is probably a solid choice. Now, whether that actually helps newer players out or not, really depends on if there's much likelihood of them actually stumbling across this mod to begin with. But I will say I do think it's a good quality of life change. I want to see if he gives me anything new. Nope. Okay. That's triggered at like level thresholds, so. So we couldn't see what, who could wear the short axe. I'm assuming it's just Milo, but let us see. Yeah, Pyra can't use it. I'm gonna write that down. We're going to sell some of our junk. Like, we did end up with quite a few things. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get that axe. We're going to give it to Milo. Oh, you see, he did offer something to us, a long spear. That's the normal price, I believe. It's very, very expensive normally. Let's see what that does for us. So 46, so 15. That is 15 attack. Just making sure everyone has an inventory slot that's empty. Yep, so we don't need the club anymore. Don't mind me, I'm just formatting. Bronze saber. I'm trying to put them in the order of what the shop sells it for. For the sake of organization. Okay, so I'm going to get the wood staff for... First, I'm going to see if Milo can wear it. There, he can. I thought so. So, he can wear it. I'm pretty sure Pyra can as well. Let us see. So it's 5 more, so that would be 20. What's our budget looking like? We got 372. I think I might be able to get a better hat for someone. Let's aim for something we don't have. So we've tried the leather helmet on. We know anything about this yet? We do not. So woven hood. so the main character can't use it. Didn't actually expect he could. See if Milo can wear it. I'm gonna see if Pyra can wear it as well, which is probably yes, just probably yes, but I mean, I'm just being complete about this. So it's 12, but she can also wear it. Okay. So that's a 6 improvement on the cloth hood, so yes. Makes sense, it is twice as expensive, gives twice as much benefit. Fair enough. Okay, so we are in good standing. We're going to save it, we are going to head in, and we'll leave when we get in trouble. We're gonna try to fight a crab first. We're gonna see what the crabs are like, and then we're gonna head towards the actual part of that area. I doubt the weapons that they got have any like special like utility, but I'll try to keep a note on if there's extra chances of critical hits or if there's any notable change to like stats, like spells hit differently. But like those kinds of things are a little nebulous, so if my list isn't complete, it's just because it's a little hard to document some of this stuff. Because pretty much the only way to figure this stuff out is through empirical evidence, so. Which is how I've been compiling it, just taking note of everything I notice. There's a decent chance we're going to learn Aggress on this particular journey as well, so we might not need the Angel Feather, but we've got one to get out if we need it. I'm gonna stick around here till a crab comes out. Yep. Same name, Kaiser Crab. Same color, nothing's changed. But yeah, as I pointed out last video on this, these guys are different than the actual first time you fight them. They have a different entry. They have their own drop item, for instance. They don't drop another tiara, usually. I guess a mod developer could decide to give a Royal Tiara in for anyone to drop. It is just an item value. But yes, we're going to attack it. I'm going to assume that slowing it is still a good idea. We'll see if we notice its special abilities. It hits harder than the other one did, that's for sure. It only attacked once though, so it's not scaring me. $115 and $200. Yep, it definitely had a different value than the other one. That wasn't especially difficult either. I might fight it a couple times just to see if I notice anything else it does. So far it didn't seem especially difficult, so I might fight it normal and see how that goes. It does hit decently hard. But it's not like going multiple times, and it's not done a critical hit yet, but there's still time. Yeah, we'll give it a third try. They are just a normal enemy in this area, but you can kind of bait them by walking back and forth next to one of these like I have been. Let's see if we note anything different. Oh, it does have double attacks. Okay. It has the so double attacks give it a chance to do it, but it's actually a flag state as far as I know. So like, enemies have 3 different modes that I've seen in the mod hacks and regular version. They can have single attacks, they can have double attacks, and they can have triple attacks. And by default, all enemies would normally have single attacks. But sometimes they have multiple options. In this one, they had the option to do 1 or 2, it looks like. Because we had most rounds where they just did 1 attack. And then finally we had one where it attacked twice. However, I have not seen any evidence of enhanced critical attacks yet, so it hasn't critical hit once. Oh, it casts level 2 freeze. That's new. Okay, that's interesting. That's an interesting choice. It does make it a little spicier. Okay, let's heal up. Interesting, interesting. I don't know what item they drop, but I'm probably gonna wait till I can cast Muddle regularly in order to actually try to compile an items list. That could take a considerable amount of time though, so do be prepared that if I go back to do that, it'll probably really prolong my experience with this. So if that frustrates you, I'm sorry. But it's the kind of thing that really interests me to find out what enemies are, how they're different, like what they do. It doesn't really seem to be wanting to give me like a major amount of the new enemies for this area so far, which is interesting. I don't think this is a real tweak like on like the mod developer's fault though. I think this is just standard variation. Like these guys could drop into battle at this point normally anyway. And one of the ways that I find to get information on enemies other than just fighting them normally is in a case like this where I'm a little too strong for them to get accurate reads, is I can wait till I'm even stronger, come back and just let them attack me for a while and see what they do. And I just like defend or whatever. Yeah, and since I know that treasure chests are so far the same, once I actually get in the dungeon, I'm not going to open up the treasure chests after I fight a single one of the chest beaks because I want to see what's different about them, but I don't want to kill them all before I find out what they drop, if that makes sense. Because they are a limited spawn enemy. Because, like, you can't fight them again after you kill them all. So if I keep one, if I keep the enemies of them alive, like if I keep them alive, I can come back later and fight them when they're not a danger to me, and see exactly what they do. So far, the biggest thing them and the Mad Nose have done is run the heck away, so it's a little hard to tell what they can do. This should be one of the chest beaks, though, so let's see what it does. They're usually resistant to spells, but I'm gonna try to slow it down anyway. Nope, didn't work. What do you got going on? You hit pretty hard, and you only attacked one time. I'm gonna keep on top of that. I'm gonna heal up. I'm gonna keep attacking. We'll see what else it does. It might just be dead. Yeah, it's just dead. 135 and 160. Yeah, so we actually didn't get a lot of information on these guys. They weren't reskinned though, like they were just default. The EXP was in gold are more though. But it was impossible to tell like if they did anything different. I'm gonna guess they do. They probably have higher, they definitely have higher stats. If I was to imagine. I don't know if they have any new abilities, but I'm gonna guess probably yes. Based on what's different about the crab. I'm gonna guess it's moderate, probably something like they cast a spell, maybe they have like a chance to put you to sleep. So far the difficulty seems to be like in the middle between the normal playthrough of this and where Battle Edition is. Which is fine. There's definitely room to be in the middle. Yep, we got our escape spell. Aggress is very useful. You just gotta remember not to use all your magic points on her if you want to use it. Or I do recommend to always have one of your characters holding a angel feather in case you accidentally lose track of it. That way you have a way to get out without having to take a death or try to walk out. Taking a death in general will basically cut your gold in half. So Dark Hermit is in there. I don't know if that's a reskin off the top of my head. It may be or it may not be. The name is the same though. We're going to get it in here as an entry though, and we will find out what it does. It could be a spellcaster, it could put us to sleep. We'll see what it does. I'll give it a chance to do an attack. These guys I know are a threat, so that it's worth killing the scavenger. Regardless. So you cast level 1 Blaze. Okay. I did theorize they might have become a spellcaster. It's also going to be pretty difficult to tell like what the EXP is from this group. So I'm not going to try. Okay, I'm just modifying my listings for information on it. Make it his turn. Yep, you cast Fire Blaze level 1 again. Okay. Keep giving these guys a chance to do something. They have not so far used any of their abilities. They haven't even howled for help or anything like that like the normal gnomes do. I still believe that they have something going on, I just don't know what it is. And as I said, I'm not going to open any treasure chests. Treasure chests have not been changed as far as I can tell in any of the mod hacks I played of this. So, I'm going to guess they're actually the same as normal, so I'm going to not touch them so that I can keep some chest beaks alive for when I come back through. I'll see what they do at that point. Try to get their item, then even if I have to use save states for it. Like, don't mind me, like, the save states are not to make it easier, they're to make it so I can find out what items are dropped. Only. It does not... it does not come down to that. I don't normally save state other than for informational purposes. And I'll be doing it live, so you'll see exactly what I do at that point. So... in fact, I don't even normally run from battles at all, so... Neanderthal. Okay, that's a reskin on Neanderthal. I also have a chance of figuring out what they have because I do know what the values for the gnomes are. So... I will give our new friend a chance to do something. We'll write down some things that they can do if they do anything. They didn't do anything, so never mind on that part, but we should be able to see what their values are. 62 and 55. So taking it off of what the other guys have, they have 31 experience as well as the Mad Gnomes. And they actually have less gold. They have 25 gold. So that actually puts them weaker on the hierarchy than the Mad Gnomes on this. So like right between the Mad Gnome and the Dark Hermit. Interesting, interesting. I mean Scavenger and Mad Gnome. What am I thinking? I knew what I meant. Didn't say it though. So you're another treasure chest. We're not gonna get you. This is another area where you often get jump scared. Well, we're definitely gonna get a chance to find out what these guys can do and what they drop. But they can cast a lot of magic on us, which could actually hurt a fair bit, so prepare for that. This is definitely going to shorten how long this initial run is. It's fine. We'll be able to come in with better weapons next time, and we won't be trying to figure out what they do nearly as much. $180 and $120, that is nice and easy. So they're 30 EXP and they are 20 gold. That actually puts them below the scavengers in the hierarchy. Interesting. That makes sense because the scavengers cast level 2 blaze, so having something that's a little weaker than them makes sense. That does something similar. I did talk for long enough to lose track of which squares I did and didn't step on a little bit, but it's okay. I'll backtrack. It'll go a little faster once I have the EXP values written down to my satisfaction, because like that's what takes the longest is calculating that out. Up till we go. Yeah, this is also the wrong way. This doesn't lead to any progression. This is a dead end. I think it leads to treasure, though. So we have no idea what the Neanderthals do, but these guys cast magic, so we're going to currently prioritize them. They hit decently hard. We do have good defense, though. No sign of the hermits trying to do anything like attacking, though. No signs of critical hits yet. Also, no signs that they have like any non-damaging attacks. Like the one thing I really talked about in my playthrough of the Battle Edition is that a lot of the enemies were given things like flexing and like non-aggressive things that gave them like defense boosts, but used up their turns so that they had a chance to not hurt you each round. So something like that might be good for breaking up combat a little bit, so like they have a chance to not be as dangerous as they could be. So if you want to have like a very like steady Oh, here's a new one. Widowfang. I think this might be a reskin, but I don't fully remember this monster very well. But we're gonna put it in here. We will find out where it fits in the hierarchy. If I'm gonna guess, this is the first introduction to entangling. Maybe slowing as well. Slowing seems like something that they'd be given. Potentially. You know what? I'll give you a chance to do it. We're gonna defend, but let's see what you do. You ran. You chose. They did it. They made their decision. Okay. Well, this would be a chance to see what these guys do, but they probably won't do anything. They've been running lately. Yep. They did. They sure ran. But no sign that they also want to howl for help either, so that's an interesting change. Yep, so far no other options for what they can and can't do. Which is about what I expected so far. So maybe they don't even have the option to attack. We'll see. Honestly, I'm just trying to use up some of these herbs. I still have way too many. Yep, still absolutely nothing that they've done other than cast magic, so they might not have an option for even attacking normally. Yep, and here's another treasure chest. I thought so. I don't remember which ones are and aren't chest beaks, so I'm just gonna kind of leave them all alive. Come back for them. I'll do something similar in the third dungeon with the potential of ghosts. For similar reasons. Because I want to get a recording of what they can do and what their items are later. Now, if a mod maker wanted to actually prevent me from wanting to do this, oh, bronze knife. I don't know who dropped that though, so I'm gonna put that as a question mark under both of them. So that's what I do if there is a mixed group like that, and I don't know who dropped the item. As I write it under both of them with a question mark, and then if I find out what one of them drops for sure, I'll know the other one dropped the other one. But at least we should be able to kill these guys before they cast on us again. Also, we haven't actually seen any more of the spiders, so we also haven't been able to get a proper entry for them going. I do think we're gonna get about like 60 to 70% of the way through here and have to leave, dude. Smelling salts? Okay, so now we know for sure that the Neanderthal was not the one that dropped that, but now we have a question mark on their smelling salts. So it was the Mad Gnome that dropped the bronze knife. But we don't know whether it was the Mad Gnome or the Dark Hermit that dropped it. I'm gonna guess it was the Dark Hermit, but we don't know. Currently. When I take it a little bit like that, I do get a little mildly disoriented because I'm writing things down, but I figured my bearings out pretty quick. I've been through the dungeon enough times that that works for me, but it probably isn't easy like that for everyone. Still no sign of like a double attack or a critical hit on any of these enemies. They do hit pretty hard. Now the reason why critical hit is such a danger is because it's very unpredictable. Because an enemy that can critical hit can absolutely decimate you, but they might not. So it makes them considerably more dangerous to predict how dangerous they are. If that makes sense. Because you could be absolutely fine or just absolutely screwed over, which is really an interesting dichotomy. But then again, I like the chaos of battle. So that is progression. This is probably a treasure chest, yep. I thought so. So there's usually nothing useful down here. This is just a penalty area. So we got Triclops and Vampire, and I think these guys are normally found in this area. Now normally these guys, the Triclops, will siphon mana and that's their main claim to fame. In the Darkfire ones were able to poison you and cast fire, if I remember. So in this scenario, I'd say that the Triclops are more annoying, not because they're more dangerous, but because losing... Yeah, they could do this. I knew it. See what I mean? I had a feeling. That doesn't surprise me at all. So let's write that down. Mana Steel. It is a very frustrating ability just because like it is just run shortening. Is this the only thing they do? They don't actually attack? If so, that's actually much more problematic. So far, these things don't seem to be casting any spells, so I don't know what the vampires do them. Also, I'm not gonna try to figure out what they have for experience when I have a mixed group like that, and I don't know what either one of them has, so that is another thing. This doesn't have any value. Let's drop that. Smelling salt is nearly just not a useful item in general. I'm not going to pick up the treasure chest. Actually, I might pick it up so I don't have to come back down here. I'll give them another try. I'm going to bet that they don't attack at all. We do have our angel feathers so we can escape at least. Yeah, there's been no sign of them attacking, which is an interesting change. That does make them more immediate targets, like it takes away their variations so that is just the one thing that they do. And honestly, it is worse than them attacking for the player. So that does raise their threat level. Yeah, heal fruit is nice. I'm gonna sell it for gold though. No sign of them having an ability so far other than hitting pretty hard, which is not an ability. It's just high stats. I'm gonna try to get this area mapped before I have to get forced out. This area is a penalty area. It has stronger enemies than the rest of the level for the most part, so. Like the Triclops are only down here. So these cave goblins are also down here. But I think they show up in the rest of the level anyway. They are reskinned. Normally they're orange. So there's that. Now these ones would also normally have critical hits. I would expect them to hit pretty hard too. I expect them to be a mildly tanky. Yep, critical hit. First critical hit enemy. Hits pretty hard too. I expected it. Something was gonna critical hit. $33 and $35. Cool. So that would put it stronger than even the gnomes, although the gnomes are less dangerous than some of the other ones, which I find interesting. We still don't know what 3 of the enemies that we've seen do, so. Oh, Skeletar. Hello, Skeletar. You are very, very green. Much more green than you normally would be. So normally these guys just hit pretty hard. They can duck behind their shield maybe, and they have decently high attack and defense. But they could also poison you, if I remember correctly. So that was the thing, is that they could poison you by hitting you, but we've already had multiple enemies that do that, so that's nothing we haven't seen before. They do hit pretty hard though, I'll give it that. The amount that they're hitting hard is actually kind of on par with Battle Edition in a way, but there's much less enemies with multiple hits and critical hits so far, so I still put the threat level a little lower overall. But these enemies do hit pretty hard. And that is our cue to escape. We're out of mana, we're fairly hurt, and yeah. We got a lot of gold though, so we can do some shopping and experimenting. We can start documenting our items again. Get ourselves some solid upgrades. First of all, let's sell the couple of things we won't need. We're not gonna see any of the healer fruit. We'll get our 225 gold. We'll sell our wisdom teeth to seed for another similar amount. So I'm gonna guess that the bronze saber can be worn by the main character, but maybe also by Pyra, because normally she could. Yep, she can. So she can still wear the bronze saber. Okay. So we're gonna do a little bit of a switch around and see who can also use it. I'm gonna guess Milo cannot use it, if I was to hazard a guess. Yep, he cannot use it. That is correct. I'm also going to guess that our main character can use it. Yep, so it is 40 attack, which is a significant increase from what we currently could wear. So one thing I am going to do is I'm going to see if this affects our stats. Because, like, 38? I don't think so. So, like, the Battle Edition had a special thing where some of its weapons actually increased your speed stat, for instance. And the Bronze Saber was one, so yeah, this doesn't affect stats at all. Which is fine. It doesn't have to. It kind of made it broken a bit, because your character would actually go first when he normally wouldn't. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass around this sword to people, because we already own it. I'm going to see who could wear it, and write that down. So, Milo could wear it. I don't want any of them to wear it, but I'm just making a list. I'm also gonna guess that maybe Pyra cannot use it. Yep, she can't use it. I actually suspected that, as you might gathered. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, you're going to wear this, Pyra. So we are going to actually sell the wood staff. We're going to sell the sword. We're gonna look for an upgrade for the main character as well. How expensive is this? 3,800? Yeah, we're not doing that right now. We're going to buy a saber for the main character. Oh, is this a case where I could have... Whoopsie doodle. I should have given that staff to Milo. Whoops. Oh well, we lost like 200, it's fine. Yep, so we'll take our big upgrades. We will take care of that. It's a mild upgrade for Milo. Anyway, so it's nothing significant. Since we're going to be getting upgrades for people anyway, I'm going to pass around the little helm to people and see who can wear it. Did I already write it down? Maybe I already did this. Nope, I didn't actually do this. Okay, so let's see who can wear it. So you could wear it if you wanted to, Milo. Not that we're going to do it that way, but I'm gonna guess that Pyra cannot wear it, but I'm gonna make sure. Not that she'd want to, I'm pretty sure that that tiara is probably the best thing she could wear in slot for a while. So yeah, so she can't wear it. So the fur hood is something that is usually a decent upgrade for people. So we're going to first see if the main character can wear it. So your main character cannot wear it. Normally he could, so this is a change. So this is actually different. Good. I'm glad he can't just wear everything. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if the bronze helm can be used by Pyro or Milo. So Milo could wear it, and it is going to be an upgrade for him, so he's going to get it. So the only thing I didn't find out was if Milo can actually use that as well, so I'm gonna actually give it to him just to find out. So yeah, we're gonna get the actual stats on some of this. I'm just taking it off to get easier values. So yeah, so he can wear the fur hood for first of all, so he can wear it as well, which is what I wanted to find out. And it gives 18. Alright, that's a pretty good progression. 6 for each level up. Makes sense. So the bronze helm gives 2 more. So that'd be 20. So it does cost a decent amount more for that value, but I mean, we already have it, so we have it, so. And that's absolutely not an increase over the tiara, by the way, which is 30 defense. But it was worth noting that she could use it, so. There was no way to find out what was better or not, what was different, who could wear it without passing it around like that anyway, so it would have been necessary to buy it as it was. Yep, magic hood is good. We'll buy it at some point. So yeah, let's check our gold. What do we got? 994. We're gonna get another armor upgrade for someone. Actually, I'm gonna go out and see who needs it the most. 53, 75, 78. Yeah, so the main character is actually lagging a bit behind in defense. Oh, because he didn't put his helmet on. Okay. So they're all about even. Okay. So I'm gonna see what I can get Pyra for an armor upgrade. Just straight armor. Because she's still wearing the basic. We didn't find out what Straw Robe does. Let's see if Milo can wear it. He can. Oh, another special. Oh, okay, we could probably give that to Pyra. It's usually much more money than that, too. So that's actually a pretty good value. Yeah, so that is 14 versus 8, so it's 6 more. What I find interesting is it's only 5 more gold than the woven robe and gives 2 more defense. So we are gonna buy this. We're gonna see who can use it. So yep, it's 800. The main character can use it. I'm gonna guess everyone can use it, to be honest. But I'm gonna pass it around to find out. Yep, he can use it. So let's give it. Let's just give it straight to Pyra, because this is probably the one thing she can wear. The other ones can already get some decent defense from it, but there's very few actual shield type items that she can even use. So this is probably one of them. Yep, so it's 20 defense. So while it's not significantly more, it is pretty much the only thing she can wear. So she's going to be pretty tanky for a while, which is good. She does have the lowest hit points. We are going to buy another one of those angel feathers, just to have it. Okay, we're gonna give it a save, and we're gonna head back in. This shouldn't take too much longer. We've already pretty much gone through the full shop's inventory for basic items. So. But with the mod hack, you can't look up the initial values of stuff because, like, it's gonna be different. So, if you don't like document it like this, you'll never have information. Because I don't think there's anyone's gonna ever upload direct documentation unless they compile like I am. And the only reason I've never actually uploaded it for the Battle Edition is because it's not complete. It just isn't complete. So short of like getting something that looks at the game code to like figure it out, there's no way to probably make it complete because it just relies on what the enemy chooses to do. And I'll be honest, I won't sit around long enough to literally find out the empirical evidence, probably. But if anything I know it, I'm writing down for my own self. But we should definitely have an easier time getting through. The characters can do more damage. We'll take less damage, that part is true. We should have what it takes to get through this first dungeon now, so. There are a couple enemies we haven't seen at all. There's a couple enemies we don't have full, like, even EXP stats for, so. I don't know where they fit in there. We haven't seen the pumpkin dudes. We haven't seen the vile oozes. They might have been given new names too, but I think it's unlikely at this point. Most enemy names haven't been changed. I haven't seen new enemies actually brought into areas, but there's been significant changes to some of them. Most of them have been recolored. Some of the colors have been a little questionable, like these guys look kind of silly. And the super green oozes at the beginning are a little something. Yeah, there's the confirmation that they dropped the bronze knife, by the way. which we can equip and doesn't sell for anything. No evidence that either of these critical hit or have any abilities. These guys haven't howled even once, so I kind of feel like that's been taken off their list from what they used to be able to do. Oh, they poison. Okay, they have an ability now. They can poison. Alright. Not what I would have expected, but it is something they can do at least. That already raises their threat level above the Neanderthals just for the sake of not having to heal it as often. Well, they still managed to do it, so good for them, I suppose. I mean, I guess I'm glad that it's poison hit and not poison powder constantly, because poison powder is also pretty annoying. Because poison powder will hit everyone potentially. Here we go, here's the cave goblins. They do still hit decently hard, that is true. We're also gonna have a chance to figure out what EXP that the cave goblins have finally. Because I do know what the Dark Hermit gives for EXP. These guys can be dangerous because they can critical hit. So what did you give me? 123 and 95. Okay. Oh, I already had their EXP written down. Never mind. Whoopsie doodle. Alright. Carry on then. Yeah, like whether we actually finish it on this one or on this particular entry into it depends a lot on how dangerous some of the later monsters are. So, if we get forced out, we get forced out and it's fine. No big stress either way. So to the right is progression, this way is treasure, which I'm not going to get currently, but I am going to map it out. You do need the mystic rope to get that treasure though. So, here's the Widow Fangs. I expect them to poison and ensnare, if I was to guess. We'll have a chance to find out though. So one of them ran, two of them ran, third one missed. Well, we're gonna kill it. We will find out. 9480. So knowing the Neanderthals, they give 30 gold. And 32 EXP. So it's a very, very gradual EXP and gold increase for these mobs, which is probably for the best, like I was saying. Like, the Battle Edition went a little overboard on progression. So this puts him weaker than the Cave Goblin, but stronger than the Mad Gnome, so yeah, there we go. That's fine. Makes sense. But yeah, like, the abilities that I think that they'll have is what I said. I think they'll ensnare, maybe poison. Whee! We went down. I wanted to get that square mapped. This means we might have to deal with these guys again. This will give us a chance to find out what their EXP is and stuff. I still bet they poison. It does take a while to find out sometimes, though. What did you give me? 45 and 45. Wow, that's considerably more than most enemies so far. Well, 50% more. I guess substantially more can be relative. Hopefully we fare better against these Triclops and actually... Oh, they can attack. Good. Good for you. It's actually better that they can for us. Like, they just straight up didn't the first times we faced them. They were just constantly draining MP. So what did we get? 134, 142... This will take a second to calculate. So I'm gonna simplify it. That would be 67. 71. Okay. And if I take 1 off of that, there are 36 gold. And 34. So they are very, very moderately stronger on the hierarchy than the cave goblins. Fair enough, the progression is slowly trending upwards for them. So the only enemy I don't have any information for is the Darkfires. Cool. But I would happily get out of here without meeting more Triclops. Cool. Are you gonna try to do something this time, or are you gonna run away? Well, you're running. You didn't do anything fancy with that attack. I think they're just gonna be dead, though. acceptable. Dying is a thing you can do. Well, we'll give him a chance to do something again. Show us what you got, spider guy. Just a normal attack, huh? I don't think you're gonna get another turn, so it kinda sucks for you. Well, maybe. Still just a normal attack. Fair enough. Well, if they spend most of their time running, that's not even chip damage. They're not even hurting us, so... I guess that makes it easier. I don't think I like this. At least they're running. But, I mean, these guys could do a lot of damage to us if they did attack. Yeah. So I am noticing that the enemies are actually running a lot, so if you wanted to make a balance increase to this, you'd probably be able to have to change their running threshold to be higher because our level is higher. Because almost all of these enemies are choosing to run rather than fight us, which is making it easier than it should be. Probably. And I've done literally no extra real grinding, so... if that's an easy change, I kind of recommend it, unless that is an intended result. Yep, no sign of any abilities on them yet. We're keeping an eye out. This is more treasure, I believe. We are mapping our way through. This is about the halfway point, by the way. Let's see if they decide to do something. So far, just normal attacks. Yep, so now we're heading deeper. So kill waves are the mini boss here. They're usually pretty rough for this point, but we are a little higher level than a normal one thing, but they could have abilities that they don't normally have. So I don't know where on the spectrum they're gonna be, but some of the things I might expect are maybe freeze attacks, maybe multiple damage attacks as well. But yeah, we'll see what it does. So it did get double attacks. It didn't do any abilities though. 75 and 50 is not very high of EXP and gold though. I guess it also wasn't very dangerous from what we saw. But I will write that it has double attack as an option. Let us try again, because it didn't do more than tap us. If it does something dangerous, I won't provoke them, but I want to see if they are a threat. Yep, freeze level 2. That is kind of painful. It did choose to do double attacks again. So that was about what I expected. Freeze level 2 being in there does raise the threat level a little bit. Yeah, so I don't know if that's their full repertoire, but that's a good idea of what they can do. It's not totally unexpected. So that would make them weaker than the Kaiser Crab, but still stronger than probably most of the other enemies. Cool. It makes sense because it also does a similar attack as the Kaiser Crab, so that's pretty decently well balanced, in my opinion. They're not nearly as dangerous as they would be in Battle Edition. Those ones were a little overtuned. But still manages to be a bit more damaging if you're not careful. Not bad. These aren't reskinned, but I do always like the way they look anyway. Here are the pumpkin heads. So I actually like that they're not reskinned. I've always thought they look neat. Now the normal thing that they could do is they could just heal themselves. So I'll be interested to see if they do anything different here. They ran. I don't know if that's different. Fair enough. This is actually reasonably close to the end of this dungeon as well. So here are the vampires. They're gonna get a chance to do something this time. Yeah, please don't do that. You really don't have to. Of course. So they hit reasonably hard. But they haven't used an ability so far. So what did they give us? Leather robe, interesting. 172 and 188. Okay, so I'm gonna have to actually do a little bit of math. So 6 is 108, so 80. So they are 40 gold. So 35 EXP and 40 gold. That does put him slightly past Triclops. Didn't get any abilities off of them though. But I'm not going to assume that they don't have one. So we also got a leather robe off of them or the Triclops. And I'm gonna guess it's off of them, but I don't know. Also, the leather robe might be an improvement for someone. First of all, let's see if we can wear it. We cannot use it as the main character, so let's get this in the listing. So I'm gonna guess then that this is not for Pyra, but let us see. She can wear it. It is 11 more defense than what she had, which was Straw Robe. So it's 25 defense. I am also going to guess that Milo can use it then. And he can use it more right now. So he's going to get it now. Oh, well, I'm just used to dropping from the other one. It doesn't matter, that was only like 150 gold. Oh wells. I'm just used to that from my challenge run. Fair enough. Well, now I have a proper entry for most of these guys, so... At least on the base level. So unless I start seeing abilities, nothing's gonna need to be recorded. The only enemy I don't have values for is those pumpkin heads, because they ran away. Look at them, I didn't even get a chance to attack them, so... They are very fast. Battle Axe. Interesting. That should be an improvement from Milo, if I was to guess. Alright, that's cool. So we're starting to see some interesting stuff. I'm gonna guess that is a cave goblin drop. But I'm gonna put it under both of them. Actually, it can't be both of them because the other guys ran away. So it is just the cave goblin. Yeah, this should be significantly stronger. This is a pretty strong weapon, actually, normally. Maybe it's not as strong as it normally is though, because that's only 10 more. So that would put it at... .30 attack. Yeah, it's a moderate increase. I am going to pass it around though, just to see who can wear it. But I'm gonna guess it is just Milo. So far, so correct. There's 0 chance that it's Pyra, but... yeah, I knew it. I figured. So one thing that is going to be interesting is at a point coming up, we're going to have a chance to get a Morning Star before the next dungeon. So they were much more expensive than before. So I'm wondering if it has increased stats or not. It better for that price, but it will be interesting to see. I did that just to map it out. Cool, that's there. That place is just a little complex to map, so it took a little bit to get there. So this right here actually leads towards Gilla, and we're not going to get Gilla, so we're gonna leave him behind and move onwards. This right here is the end of this area, though. We've seen every enemy that this dungeon has, so we're pretty much through it. Now we could find, actually no, there's one more enemy we haven't seen. It's the Vile Ooze. So they do tend to show up at the very end. That is true. They also show up in the next dungeon as well. So those guys do seem to have had their speed buffed. I'm gonna try to run from this. I don't want to face that many. Yeah, good. Triclops are being a bit of a pain. So they're doing their job, basically. Don't treat that as a real complaint. That's just they're doing their job as being annoying. They're not supposed to be anything but annoying. Yep, they can paralyze. Ooh, that's actually a little different. Okay, at least that's another thing they can do. Paralyzed hit is more dangerous. If everyone in a party gets paralyzed, the party goes down as being defeated. It also takes a random number of steps to be healed. We're gonna be able to kill some of them this time, hopefully. So they can warily back away. Well, we're not fast enough to fight them. I think the only thing that they want to do is run away, but... that's gonna give me another ability that monsters can have. Because, like, that was not used in any point in the Battle Edition. They never used warily backs away, but I think it just gives it a very good chance to run away. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to fight them later on when we can actually catch them, because they're too fast for us to kill right now. I'm gonna try to run from Triclops just so I don't have to abandon this particular one before I want to. We'll try to fight them. I want to find out what they drop for experience. So they've all run. Yep. Figures. Interesting. Oh, here's the Violuzes. That's an interesting reskin from them. If I'm gonna guess, they're slightly stronger than the Skeletars, but they might not be. In terms of, like, how hard the game thinks they are for EXP values. I guess we'll fight. I imagine they freeze like they normally do. They probably cast other magic. Maybe they... we'll see. I'm not gonna make too many guesses. Yep, level 2 Blaze. That does seem to be what they want to do. Okay, yeah, this is progression. I actually want to go back and map the little bit of the other area out again. It's not much, it's like a little cul-de-sac over here, so. Even though I said that, it doesn't really amount to a whole lot, but in my mind, I know about it, so it makes me want to do it, you know? Cool, that should be all of that mapped. We can mosey along. We will try to kill these guys again, but I think they're just gonna run. Yeah, I knew it. We will eventually level up to the point where we can catch up to them though, so it'll be Pyra first, but someone will be able to hit him. I don't think Pyra could kill them currently though. Unless they're super weak. There's also a chance we might be able to like keep them from running. Like you can block enemies from running, I think. It's just pretty difficult. I don't really want to fight you guys. This is the end of the area pretty much though. I don't actually remember which way was correct. Let's find out. Okay, so that's probably correct, and this way is probably treasure. Yeah. Okay, we are like right at the very ending though. Oh, here you are. Death Guide. This might be new. I don't think these guys are normally here, so we might have a legitimately new friend. I wonder if they can cast a soul, because that would actually be like in character for what type it is, but also it would be a little spicy to have it this early in the game. But I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna let them have an attack. They've got sleeping powder. Okay. And they hit decently hard. I thought this might be a little early for them to bring in something like the soul, but basically Battle Edition starts throwing the soul at you in the second dungeon, so... not dungeon, the second trial. So, it's not impossible for it to happen. $90.96. So 48. So 45 and 48. So that would put them slightly past Skeletar. Okay, makes sense. No idea where Pumpkinheads fit in. They have yet to do anything but run, so... Oh yeah, that's right. This level, this particular one is a little bit of a troll. It's pretending to be much more complex than it is. I wonder if these guys also have sleep hit or if they just use powder. Oh, healer fruit. Oh, we know their item now. It's moderately valuable. We'll sell it for money. Hello, Violuzes. We are gonna focus you down. We don't need more blaze. Oh, you ran. Okay, that's also acceptable, I guess. So we did kill one, so we have a decent chance of figuring out what their EXP is, because we didn't get a good value before. $145, $135. So let us figure that out from that. So these guys give 55 EXP. Why does that not sound right? Okay. I may have recorded the Dark Hermit wrong, so like I'm gonna get a second value on that. Which ones did I do and which ones I didn't? Okay. I was chasing after figures and didn't properly map it. Okay. This one will let me get values. And also let me get roasted, apparently. $143, $135. So 90. Huh. So they're 53 EXP. And still 45 gold. Yeah, my values for Death Guide must be inverted, so it's probably 48 EXP and 45 gold. That makes sense, I suppose. Considering the fact that these guys were also 45 gold, maybe they didn't want to go past that value for gold on this dungeon. So that would put them in the that points. Cool. So yeah, Death Guide's in the middle between Skeletor and Violuz. I thought so. Let's see if I map this fully. Okay, no I didn't. I thought maybe not. Okay. There we go. Mission accomplished. Yeah, so the only enemy we haven't actually solved is the pumpkin guys, but I mean, it is what it is. We have reached the end of this trial, though. We have succeeded. Trial of strength accomplished. We're gonna see how far into this we can get before we get forced back. This right here is going to drain our magic, isn't it? Which is fine. We've got an item to get out. I guess I shouldn't worry too much about it. We can use our mana first to heal anyways, so that'll probably let us get through to get the treasure chests. Better to use it rather than have it get taken away, so let's heal up. I was just making sure we did still have the angel feather before I committed to it. Can't take my mana if I don't have any. Sucks to be you, game. Okay. try to run. This might be spicy. No. That's unfortunate. We should be able to run. Yeah. Huh. Oh, that's a shortcut. Okay, yeah, we're gonna just get out of here then. I guess we should finish mapping as much as we can. Actually, hold a second. So this is 10 less damage. Interesting. We did get the Morning Star. This probably has its own utility though. So. So it's 15 attack. If I was to guess, the hero can use it. Usually Milo can wear it too. Oh, so it's not. Okay, so it's actually 10 less than that. So it's actually 30 attack. But we are going to pass it around. We're going to see what's going on with it. So you can put this on. Probably not at all. Oh, you can wear this. Look at you. You can wear the Morning Star. That's different than normal. Okay. And you can also wear this. And it's equal in strength. Yes. Let's use it and see if it has a special function. Because that would be pretty cool. That would give it utility. Well, it'll be hard to tell from a single attack, so that's something. So Stinger is a new enemy. I'm gonna guess they're less annoying than these though, so I'm gonna let it do its thing for a turn. Level 1 Blast. And level 1 Slow, so they've got two abilities. Interesting. Neither of which is anywhere near as damaging. Oh yeah, so it has whip damage. Maybe? I think it's whip damage. Okay. We like it. What is interesting is that everyone can use it. 243, 255. That's quite a bit of XP. I also forgot to figure out what it was for stingers, so I guess this is another chance. I think we're definitely gonna get forced back to town before I can finish exploring this section, so we're gonna have to come back. Which is fine. It's actually relatively easy to get to this corner. $196, 180. Cool. So they're 45 EXP each. They are also 45 gold each. I guess technically that would put them as weaker than the Vile Slimes, Vile Oozes, so that's fun. We should probably just get out. We are actually fairly hurt. Let us sell the stuff we are definitely not going to use. Just to clean up. I'm just gonna see what the price of this is. 1,035. So it looks like it is 1,400. I'm making sure that's actually correct. Yep. No, actually. It's a little less than that. It's 1,380. Interesting. Yeah, this is not one you can normally buy. It's usually drop only or treasure chest only. I was just seeing what people had on. Okay. So yeah, we can sell the saber. Okay. So I'm gonna get ourselves sorted on equipment again with what gold we have, and then I'm gonna probably call this a stream. We did beat the first trial. We've got a decent amount of gold. So I'm gonna see if someone can wear this that is not the main character. So I know the main character can use it. I'm going to see if Pyra can use it. She cannot use it. Okay, I didn't think so. We don't probably want to use it. But it does add 45 attack. We're gonna write this down. So the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop into the dungeon really shortly just to see if it has a special ability, because it is very expensive for what it is. So in order to do that, I need to fight against a group of enemies, not a single enemy. That'll die immediately. The other ones are just going to defend. So I only attacked once, so the answer is a no. It doesn't seem to have increased speed or anything, so it's just a straight weapon. That makes sense. Okay. So that did cost us a little bit of gold, but keep in mind we also found some items, so it's kind of a balancing act. So I know that Pyra can use the Morning Star, but I'm gonna actually buy the Thorn Whip and see if anyone else can use it but her. So we can't use it. Milo can't use it. Pyra can use it. Let us see what it has going on. I think it's probably pretty normal. So it is actually got 45 attack. Yeah. So that it does make it significantly stronger than the Morning Star that she can also wear. So this is actually an improvement over that for her. Now it is pretty expensive, so that's a thing to keep in mind. But it is worth the price, in case you're wondering. Now I would like to be able to afford to get Milo the Morning Star, so that is going to be a future thing. Let us sell off what we currently have. Cool. So let us see what we're currently wearing. Who can get an improvement? I know I didn't put my weapon on yet. So we're gonna go see who can wear the main gosh. So this is an offhand weapon that takes the place of the shield. Let's see if Pyra can wear it. She cannot. Can Milo wear it? Yep, Milo can wear it. He's not going to wear it currently, but he can wear it. So I'm gonna write that down. I might get him one if it has good stats. So it actually has decent defense too. That's good for it. But it isn't an attack increase. So that was 25 defense, and was that 18? Let me take a look. Yep, 18 attack. Not bad. Which tells me that the Madu is probably better, so it basically replaces the need for both a shield anyway. I wasn't sure if it would actually raise defense. In the main game, I don't think it actually raises defense at all. I think it actually just takes the place and gives you attack. But the idea is you want to have this on anyone that has a multi-hit weapon, because it basically multiplies by the number of hits how much it helps you. So I'm going to buy this shield. I'm going to see who can wear it. I don't think Pyra can wear it. Nope. Milo can wear it. I just want to see what the value is. I'm going to end up selling it and getting a main gosh for him. But I need the values on it. So it is 10 more defense than the other one. Cool. Now the main thing is it actually is almost the same stats in defense as the main gosh. It actually is, in fact, the same defense. So there's no reason to get the bronze shield over the main gosh. So if I was to balance this, I would actually recommend either lowering the main gosh's defense for the mod developer, or increasing the defense on the shields. At least this shield. Because at this point, like, the other one's both cheaper and has the same defense. And it has an offense. So yeah, that'll be a solid increase for that. Do I have any excess gold? Still got 1,000. We are going to make sure that we buy another angel feather. This dungeon's gonna be pretty heavy on our magic, I imagine. So armor is something that we haven't really sorted out for everyone. So that leather armor is not one you could normally get, by the way, that leather robe, until you actually get the trader open. So that's something worth noting. So the next one is hemp robe. I don't think we actually have stats on if the other characters can wear that. So we're gonna have to pass that around to find out. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Because we're gonna do an upgrade for him. I just want to see who could have worn it. So Milo could have worn it. I don't think that Pyra could have. Yeah, I didn't think so. So Milo is on the list, and Pyra is not. Cool. So hemp robe, let's see who can wear this. Can the main character wear this? Nope, cannot wear this. So I'm gonna guess that both Milo and Pyra can wear it. So what I am gonna look for is one he can wear, which will be the leather armor probably. So I'm gonna get that in there. Because I want an upgrade for him. So we'll check out the hemp robe another time when we have more gold. So let us see who can't wear it. So Pyra, can you wear it? You sure can't. Can Milo wear it? Milo could wear it. Interesting. So I'm gonna guess also we can wear it. So let's find out. So it's 21 defense. And we can wear it. So that is a pretty decent increase from the fur robe, which was 16, so that's a 5 increase. It's gradual. It's nice. Yeah, 288's probably not enough to do anything else with, so yeah, we're gonna save the game and call it here. So yeah, thanks for anyone that followed along. I hope you enjoy your day. You take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.